for the upper Midwest. Let's go. It's time for some great football in Green Bay. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside. And he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Lance to throw for it on fourth down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't fourth and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From the gun, a run with Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agreed that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And they'll go for it. Lance. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, first and goal. That's swung out to Mostert. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his big tight end here. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive. And now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach...
Touchdown! That's caught. John Brown from 6 yards away. And the Niners will strike first here, this wild card matchup. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. Touchdown, Packers! I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field, but to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, going to be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Dancing to his left. This one caught by Kittle. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Flushed out right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Kenny Clark never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lucky throws, but that wasn't one.
We got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rodgers now on first down. That's complete to Lazard. And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. after the touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Throwing again on second down. Lance lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Now the Packersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on. To throw on second and 10, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs. And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game. 2 yards, good enough for a first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead. Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and cut back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Well, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Lance to throw it. Flush to his right. Brown has the 1st down and much more. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Lance now to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Here's Mostert. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gold to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 48 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Packers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaac Yedem picks it, and the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing here. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 22. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
One final try now for Lance.
He'll buy some time, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Trey Lance.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. It's up and it's good, but it won't matter because 7 is as close as they're going to get, and this game is over.